So, twerps, what do you know about best education on the planet? What country has the best education in the whole planet?
China?
Not even close. Not even close. Twerp number one. Okay.
I have no idea.
The United
I feel like it.
No.
Then-
But
No,
God,
I think it depends on what you want to go for.
but by the United Nations has standards. Finland. Finland by far. After Finland, there
You
are
should know.
other Scandinavian
Yeah, we
countries
talked
and then
about that.
Swiss. Now, Finland has by far the most fantastic education. Many times, people from Minnesota actually go there to consult with them. People who have gone there and to the Finland educational system, they come back totally baffled. They are confused. Because when you go there to Finland, when you see that they don't have tests, they don't have homework, they don't memorize them. When you go there to their classrooms, you see a bunch of kids are just playing. That's all what you see. Am I in the nice frame?
Yeah, you look good.
Yeah, good, okay. Thank you, 12. Now, people are confused because we cannot wrap our head around that in chaotic environment like that, you can learn. Bunch of kids playing, some people are playing something in the same classroom, and the teacher is just going around and individually engaging with individual kids and so on. They do better in any kind of university. They don't have multiple choice tests, they don't have tests at all. And when they go home play. In the school, they play. The whole learning is concentrated around playing. We all like to play. Why? Because that stimulates our brain. What do we hate? When you went to school, what part of the school did you hate most?
Sitting in a classroom bored.
Tests.
Yeah, needing to take more time to study to pass the test.
Yeah. So what? Now we know when our brain is bored, it doesn't absorb. That is what's so hard. That is why 2 weeks after your test, you probably forgot 80% of what you learned there. Now, so an experience that is enjoyable help you to absorb the knowledge, and that is what they do. They concentrate all their learning experience around enjoyable moments, memorable, enjoyable moment. You remember your last trip to somewhere nice, and you just feel good even remembering that. Whereas, if something was boring, you fall asleep in the class. How many times did I almost fight not to fall asleep in my class because it wasn't concentrated about anything enjoyable? Now, I'm going to show you how our brain works, okay? For the brain, I'm going to put a circle. Information comes in, action and information goes out. Have you heard 1 year in, 1 year out? This is an actual something that's happening because our brain doesn't capture any of that information because it's not important to us. Like, how many cars did you see on the way coming here, Hector, on the street?
Yeah.
Do you remember any of them?
Well, I remember some, but no.
Yeah, but in 2 hours, you don't remember any of them. That act is actually that forgetting unimportant information is an active process, it's not a passive process. And guess what? The THC is a part of that process in our limbic system to forget unimportant information. That's an active process because you don't want to remember all your brain will be overloaded if you would remember. Why do you laugh?
I'm just laughing. I'm sorry. I just looked at
Show her
Kayla.
how she's laughing. Laughing?
No, I just looked at Kayla and she made me laugh.
Yeah,
She was
it's your
looking
fault.
at me.
So, no, this is a hopefully enjoyable moment, okay? Hopefully you don't forget that. So, but that's how our brain works. It catches information. This is like a circle. What you need to catch the information is language. The language is like a net that catches information. Better language, finer your net. Okay? It catches the information like you learn a new word it's likely that in the next 48 hours you hear the same word and you keep that information in. You saw that word all along, but now that you know it, when information comes in, you catch it, you visualize it, you memorize it, and you use it for your brain to process it and literally put it to good use for you. Until then, it just came and passed through. Now, this is the advantage of knowing other languages. You're adding more threads to your brain that can absorb more knowledge, another language, and so on. So that is why in most of countries it's important. Contrary to the United States, it's important not only just going to classes for other languages, but being able to actually speak other languages. Your brain can process and can capture more information if you have different, each language has its own way of processing information. So here it is, this is your brain. Now some information gets caught and add to your threads of your net that captures the information. So when you go to Finland, let's come back to that, all they do, they make a memorable moment to refine that grid of information. They play something, all of them information, when you go to their classroom, they seem unrelated. Like you go to algebra, right? You learn this and this and this and this, and then you hate it, you're bad at it, you hate math. Whereas they show you an actual moment that math, that algebra come to good use. Like, what is that integral, or what is the, none of us can even explain that. Well, I can, but
Okay, flex.
but why don't we even know what it is? Because they teach it to us so factual without any relation to our life. That is what they do different. They go show you a moment that actual fact has an actual use, and that stick to them. They go to universities, Finland, a student from Finland, they do better than anybody else because they just know, okay? And this is what it is. They go from one game to another and just refine, seems to be unrelated, but by the end of their K-12, their mesh of knowledge is probably 4 times denser than an average American, so they can absorb and process and put to use information 4 times more than what we can, and they are very successful. It's a high-tech society. They like, what makes Silicon Valley Silicon Valley? Why 8 of the biggest, most important companies in the whole world is in Silicon Valley? You go to a cafe, you meet 20 people there, and we didn't build them, they come from other countries. It's like a selection. These people come there that can process information there, they get together and they start a company. The density of these people in Silicon Valley is very high. They come from other countries, and that's a place. That is a Finland as a country in process. Lots of people who can process a lot of information very efficiently. And that has a meaning. You know, they earn more, they live longer, they live better, and they even, now they put their mind on it, they have a lesser carbon footprint, so they don't rape the planet in the process of living better. We American, we live good, but we rape the planet. That's exactly what we do. That's the word that truly applies to how we live in America. We rape the planet. They live better life. Their hospitals are better, their schools are better, their quality of life better, their happiness index is better. These are all actual numbers that United Nations has put together, and their carbon footprint is like probably 1/3 to 1/5 of us American. So that has a meaning, being able to absorb the information, process it, and put it out there. Now, here we are. And by the way, by doing that, what do? You actually, you have a better life. You have a more prosperous, how do you pronounce prosperous? Prosperous life. and you know, and you have a prosperous life, and you hang on there. So hang on this, and you know you're healthier, your life is better, and so on. Practically, we in IS Life, we want to replicate the Finland model of learning for American populace, telling them, hang on with us, come always to what we are doing. We make your life better. You know, instead of, you know, this is just an actual example that happens to me all the time. Instead of buying a computer for $2,000, we show you how to buy a computer for $100 and modify it and make it that perform like a computer that's $2,000 for a price of $150. And by the way, that computer doesn't have to go to waste and produce more carbon footprint. This has actual, so hang on, come to us, learn from us. It's worth to just open up our thing and watch random podcasts in our, because this is life. Okay, IS Life. So that is what we are going to start producing, but this is our concept. We are going to produce content. Obviously, this is not a TikTok thing. This is way too long for TikTok. But we are going to create content that it is just fun to watch. I'll be responsible for knowledge. YouTubers will be responsible for fun part, because I'm no fun by myself. Everybody knows that.
That's a good balance.
Yeah, that's a good balance. You make it fun, we create that moment that it is really worth it to come back again and again. Because when you hang on with us for a year or two, we put you through a Finland model, and after that, you can take care of your life better. You can literally repair your computer. You cook better, you get better nourishment with half of the price that you would be going, and your food is tastier because you grow your, we teach you how to grow your herbs that are good for you in your backyard, at your window, and so on. It actually makes your life better, healthier, and reduces your carbon footprint. And what we are not going to be, following trends and flashy things. We are going to create our own kind of brand that is about, this is life. That's why I loved your thing, let's be real. You see how it fits there? Being real and so on. So now this is what we are going to start doing. When you go to, and obviously YouTube is the way to go, because you cannot pack what I just told you in 3 minutes. Not even in probably 10 minutes.
I think you can, if you make the video quicker, if you get to the point, like you can make it on YouTube and on TikTok.
Yeah, we can probably put part of that there as well, but the content that we are going to put there, it's just, but another reason we need to go to YouTube is just by volume. YouTube is bigger, and as well we have to create a model that truly pays for all our effort. YouTube is more established, so we can make a combination, but definitely YouTube is the way to go. But when you go to YouTubers, everybody has a niche. Now, how are we going to justify that our niche is one day growing herbs, the other day is repairing computer, the other day, teaching something else or doing something else and so on. I think because our model is filling your mesh, and we have to come up with catchy phrases and so on, like this is life, fill your mesh, this is life, reduce your carbon footprint, this is life, grow your own food, this is life, love your chicken, this is life. Just you understand, we can come up with just all these things that make people interested to come back. I think that is what we want. Those kids in Finland, they're not bored like you and I. So they keep things that they learn in the school rather than, 2 weeks later they forget it.
Well,
No.
Kayla and I get way more work done when we're in a twerpy mood. Like
Yeah.
if we're laughing with each other and joking, we get more work done than if we're
Yeah,
being serious.
this is a fact. We know it, but in our schools, in our universities, we don't realize that. In our universities, still, you go home, learn until midnight before your test, for the test, you score in a test, and then you produce people who are practical in a real life, they are useless. They have to start to work there, learning what they are going to do. Whereas in Finland, you go start there, and you're just have so much common sense. Your mesh is so good now. Like this is reality for us, Mike. You know that. We bring people. It seems that this is empty. This is like a big black hole. Information comes in, it just vanishes. It just doesn't even. We have so much trouble to teach them what they are supposed to do because the mesh is not refined. Like pushing buttons on a computer is a big deal for them because this is what they learn. They're learned for a test, and our work, actual work and life is not a test. It is about getting a job done. And in Germany, it's much better than here, but not as good as in Finland. You put a German in a thing, you explain it to them, and then they start working. In Finland, you don't need to explain it to them. They just know how to live. They know how that common sense. Okay, so that is going to be our brand. This is life. Hang on with us, and your life will be better. Okay, so having said that, you can stop that.